Good morning. Welcome to Yoga with Dags. Today we're going to focus a lot on standing poses. And we're going to do that with the awareness of what does it mean to take a stand in our lives. And maybe the contemplation of what is it that you stand for, and just developing our strength, our fortitude, our willingness to take a stand for whatever it is that's important to you. You know, for me, taking a stand for light, love, the evolution of consciousness. Those are things I like to try to cultivate a practice of taking a stand for. So we're going to take a stand and we're going to begin with practicing our alignment by doing Tadasana against the wall. So maybe before we even do that, let's just take Virasana or hero pose to open the class. So hero pose, you can sit, right on your heels, or you could put a brick between your feet. Or if this pose hurts your knees, you can just cross your legs in easy pose. But we're just going to bring our hands to our heart centers, tune in to that infinite place of possibility in our hearts, openness, love, truth, and awareness. And just maybe close your eyes and settle in, find a breath. In yoga, we often breathe through our noses, so maybe just taking a couple breaths in through your nose and out through your nose, just to land here now in your practice. And let's begin our practice with an Om together. So taking a nice deep breath in through your nose. Om. Okay, and so finding a wall space, I'm going to just turn the camera for a moment over toward my door. Use my door as my wall. And just coming right up against your wall. If you can get your buttocks up against your wall, your heels can be slightly away from the wall, but maybe have your calves touch the wall. Shoulder blades touch the wall, base of the skull touches the wall. And let the energy of your back body move down towards your heels. Let the energy of the back of your neck lift up. And then notice, do your shoulders roll forward a little? See if you can kind of bring the outside edges of your shoulders back to the wall as well. Grow yourself up your wall. Try to expand yourself as much as you can. And really come into your feet. So maybe lift your toes up for a minute. Spread them out as best you can. Connect to the earth through the inner edge of your foot and the outer edge of your foot. Lift your heart, lift your chest. Broaden yourself from the heart center out. And then maybe bring the arms out to the sides. Roll your arms open so your palms roll up to the ceiling and maybe even slightly backwards. And then inhale your arms up toward heaven, grazing the wall if you can. They might want to come forward. That's okay. Once you come up, maybe slightly bend the elbows, bring them back by your ears, and then straighten them up the wall, lifting up through the thumbs. Let your front ribs settle back toward the wall, grounding through the feet and lifting up, Urdhva Hastasana, upward facing mountain. Taking your stand right here, connecting to your intention, connecting to your purpose, connecting to the light. Deep breath in and then exhale, release the arms out to the sides. And we can slowly move away from the wall. So now that we've educated ourselves a little in our bodies about what it feels to be so upright against the wall, we'll take it into the room. And again, just finding, I went a little far. All right, so just finding your feet, lifting and spreading the toes, making some space in your armpits because that creates space for your heart. Lifting the crown of the head up as you press down through your roots, through your feet. Finding your inner stillness here, gazing ahead at eye level at something that's not moving. Maybe closing your eyes and seeing if you can find balance with your eyes closed. Finding a deep breath here. In through your nose and out through your nose. Allowing the energy to stream down through your fingertips. Feeling your body, feeling yourself lifting upward toward heaven and rooting downward toward earth and allowing yourself to be upright between heaven and earth. And then just rolling the arms out even more. Let's inhale them up, Urdhva Hastasana. Really reaching up to heaven as you ground down, stretching up. Tops of your shoulders are soft. Shoulder blades move down the back. Big breath in and then exhale the arms out to the sides. Beautiful. And then we're going to just take a little balance with Vrikshasana, tree pose. So let's root down through our right leg, lift up the left leg. You may decide to come low and have your foot at the opposite ankle for tree pose, which is a beautiful variation with your hands at your heart. Or you may decide to come to the calf. Or you may decide to lift the leg up to the side. In any case, level your hips, lift your chest, and bring your hands to the heart center. See if you can be strong in your standing leg. There's a lifting up through the standing leg, and that outer hip moves in toward the other hip. And this hip is dropping down to level the hips. And then maybe interlace your hands, point your index fingers, and come into an upward tree if you like. And breathing. Again, reaching down through your standing leg, lifting up through your hands. Deep breath in, exhale, release the arms, release the leg, and shake out your standing leg. Moving to the second side, reaching down, rooting down through your left leg this time. Deciding, and there's a nice rolling out of the standing leg. So roll out externally, decide which position you'd like to take, low, medium, or high with your tree. And the foot against the standing leg thigh is pressing into the thigh, and the thigh is pressing into the foot. This lifted leg is rolling out externally. This lifted hip is dropping down. Your standing leg hip is lifting up and in. And your hands are at your heart to begin with. Noticing if there's any holding in your breath. Noticing if you're connecting down and lifting up. So you're rooting down to rise up here. Interlacing your hands, inhaling the arms up, upward facing tree. Lifting your heart and chest, Breathing, being here and now in your practice today. Deep breath in, exhale, releasing your arms, releasing the leg, and shaking out your standing leg. Excellent. All right, so standing at your mat here, we're going to take a big step forward with our right leg. So big step forward with the right leg. Hips are facing forward, tailbone is dropping down. Bring your arms behind your back and clasp your arms, lift your chest up. Big breath. There's a real grounding through the outer edge of your back foot. And then you're pressing your big toe mound forward of your front leg, lifting up, deep breath in, even a baby back bend. On the exhale, being equally grounded, taking a stand, and both legs come forward with a long, straight spine. The top of both of your thighs are moving backwards as you're taking your heart and your chest forward. Breathing, pausing at 90 there. Deep breath in. On the exhale, come forward even more if you can. Begin to bring the arms up if you can. Breathing here. Equal in both legs. Soften your neck. And when you're ready, press into the feet. Inhale up. All the way into a baby back bend. Bend the front knee. Exhale, step forward. Release. And then this time we're going to step back with our right leg. Big step back. All right, level your hips forward. Press the big toe mound in the front leg to take that front hip back. Round through the outer edge of that back leg. This time I'm going to clasp my hands and take a steeple grip like we did in the earlier pose. Inhale, lift your chest, roll your shoulders down your back. Baby back bend, deep breath in. Exhale, start forward, long, straight spine. Keep the hips forward, take both of the thighs back. Heart center forward. Pausing at 90. Lengthening and strengthening, grounding through the feet. Big breath in. On the exhale, come forward even more. Keep the breath moving. Maybe bring these fingers up toward the ceiling if you can. Parsvottanasana. Good. And when you're ready, inhale, come on up. Big breath in, all the way to the baby back bend. And when you're ready, we'll exhale, bend the front knee, step forward. Good. From here, we're going to do an Uttanasana. So just a forward fold. Let your feet be hip width apart. Let's inhale the arms out and up. That's a big breath. On the exhale, let them come out to the sides as you come forward. All the way down into a forward fold. And just release here for a minute. Soften the knees a little bit. Let your neck go. Let your belly soften. Take a couple deep breaths. Kneecaps are lifting up, hip points are lifting up. Straightening the legs, but not locking them. And then hands on the shins, let's inhale and stretch your heart forward. Big breath in, exhale, full forward fold, let go. Then pressing into the feet, inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up, rooting down to rise up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good. And then from here, we're going to take a big step forward with the right leg again. Nice big step. These 3 feet or so, squaring the hips forward, grounding through the back edge of the back foot, big toe mound of the front foot. And then from here, we're going to take the arms out to the side, roll the palms up, inhale up to a steeple grip. Exhale, grounding through that back edge of your back foot, bend your front leg. Bend that front leg until you see your big toe, but not your little toes. You might want to widen your stance if you feel like you could go deeper with your lunge. Warrior 1, lift those arms up, keep bending the front leg, grounding through the back leg, and go up and back a little bit, offering your heart upward. Good. Deep breath in, Exhale, let's step forward. Release the arms. Good. Second side here. Okay, so from here, we're gonna big step forward, this time with your left leg, squaring those hips forward, grounding through your back leg, outer edge of the foot, grounding through your big toe of that front leg to draw that front hip back a little bit. Arms out to the side, palms roll open, steeple grip, this time uncustomary clasp with your hands. Big breath in, grounding through those feet. Exhale, bend that front knee so you can see that big toe, but not the little toes. Back leg is straight. Inhale, look up a little bit without crunching your neck. Keep bending the front knee, grounding through the back. Go up and back and breathe. Stretch it out. Deep breath in. On the exhale, step forward and release. And just roll the shoulders out a couple times. Good. We're going to take this into warrior 1 to warrior 3 this time. So I'm going to do this from the side this time, just in case so you can see. I'm going to take a big step back, first with my right this time. And squaring the hips forward again. Deep breath in, exhale, I'm going to ground through my back leg as I bend my front leg. And come into the same position I did before. Inhale the arms out to the side, roll them up, and inhale them up, warrior 1. Big breath in. And out. And in. On the exhale, arms are going to come out to the side. I'm going to come forward. Get strong in the standing leg and spring up. You can tap the back toe first to get your balance and then lift that hip up. You can always bring the hands to the hips if you want to get strong in the standing leg. And the lifted leg, you want to roll the inner thigh of your lifted leg up to the ceiling and point the pinky toe down. Deep breath in, get strong, it's not easy. Bend the knee. And inhale, come back to warrior 1. And exhale, step to the right. Releasing into mountain pose, finding your stillness. Finding your breath. Second side. Deep breath in, exhale, big step back with the left this time. Dial the hips forward, ground through the feet. Big breath in, exhale, grounding through this back edge of the back foot, bend that front leg. See the big toe, but not the little toes. Tail goes down and slightly forward. Really bending into this. Good. Moves out to the side, roll the palms open, inhale up. Lift up, offer up to the highest that you know. With a breath. Keep bending, keep grounding. Deep breath in. On the exhale, you're going to come forward with a long, straight spine, getting ready to come up. Come strong in the standing leg. Maybe hold the hips, maybe keep the arms out to the side. Roll the inner thigh up. Roll the pinky toe down. Gaze ahead a couple feet in front of your mat. Warrior 3. When you're ready, inhale, bend the front knee. Gracefully stepping back. Reclaiming your warrior 1. And exhale, step forward and release. Good. Excellent. So now we'll do a couple of poses to the side. I'm going to have a couple bricks in case I need them. If you don't have them, don't worry. You can always use your shins or thighs. We're going to take a big step apart. Stand up nice and tall. And then we're going to turn our right toes in and we're going to roll our left ones out right from the top of this thigh. We're really rolling back and out. but we're gonna kind of keep our torso forward. Then when you're ready, you can charge your arms, find your feet, find your strength. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, release from the inner groin to the inner knee and bend until the knee is right over the ankle. Keep grounding through that outer edge of that back foot. Turn and look out over your front fingertips. Lift your heart and find your mark. Maybe taking a moment to reconnect to what is important to stand for in your life today. Couple of breaths, really sitting into this. And when you're ready, inhale, straighten that front leg, hands can come to the hips, turn those toes in, ground through the outer edge of that foot, and roll the front foot out 90 degrees, straight out. Open your chest, take a deep breath in, exhale, release from the inner groin to the inner knee and lift again. Lift and open and ground. Take a stand in both feet. Turn to look out over your front fingertips. Find a breath. Keep bending into this. Deep breath in, straighten the front leg, turn those toes in. We're going to take this to Utthita Parsvakonasana next. So turning the back feet in, roll the front foot out once again. Lift and open your chest, release and bend to the 90-degree angle, ground through the back leg. Deep breath in. On the exhale, take your torso out over your front leg. Keep rolling this front leg out. And you can either bring your hand right on top of the thigh to help roll it back, or down to a brick, or to the floor if you can. Keep bending that front knee. You're rolling your heart up. You're grounding through that back leg. Bring your back arm behind you. Take a deep breath in and exhale, take it up and over by your ear. Utthita Parsvakonasana. Keep bending into the front leg, grounding through the back, taking the stand, breathing. Oh yeah. When you're ready, we're going to inhale up to warrior two, trying to keep that bend in the leg, reclaiming that position, that stand, straightening the front leg, turn those toes forward and in, roll your other ones all the way out. Really lifting and opening your chest, charging your arms. Deep breath in, exhale, bending, finding that 90-degree angle, and you're grounding through your back leg. Sit, really come down into that. Finding warrior two. From here, you're gonna kind of reach out, lengthen your torso out over there. Maybe bring the forearm down to the thigh, roll it back. Find that back leg. Roll your belly up, roll your heart up. Take your arm back. Deep breath in, exhale it up and over. Keep bending into the front leg and grounding through the back leg. Looking up under your armpit if you can. Finding your balance as you stand and breathe. When you're ready to come up, you're going to ground through the feet, come up to warrior two, keeping the bend. Straighten the front leg, turn both feet to face forward, and step your happy feet together. Good, and let's just roll our shoulders out for a minute. It's always a good thing to do, just to release. Good, and sometimes I like to widen my stance and roll my hips too. Just roll in the hips. This is good for the lower back if there's tension in there. So rolling one way, rolling the other way. Good. And when you're ready, we're going to come into triangle pose next. So when you're ready, step your feet apart, at least 3 feet apart. Rule of thumb, your palms should be over your heels if you can access that. Then roll your right toes in, your left toes out, right from the top of the thigh again. Lift and open your chest. So during coming into this pose, you're going to think about this front hip going towards your back hip, but you're also going to bring the back hip in toward the front hip. And you're gonna lengthen the side of your torso as much as you can out over this front leg, keeping this leg as straight as you can. And then bringing your hand down to the block behind you or your shin. And you can press down into the block and then find your feet, find your stand, find your connection to the Mother Earth. And then roll your belly up, roll your heart up, take your arm up. Maybe look up and then broaden through your heart center. And find an easy breath if you can. When you're ready, pressing into the feet, inhale and come back up. Turning the left toes in, turning them in a little more, and then rolling the right ones out. Once you've opened here, take your torso back, charge your arms. Think about front hip moving toward the back hip as you come in, back hip shoring in toward the front hip, torso lengthening out over the front leg, and then coming down. The back hand can come on the hip for a minute as you find your feet. Make sure you ground through the outer edge of your back foot, big toe mound of the front foot, and start to roll your torso open. Roll your heart open. Find your breath, find your feet, and then lift the arm. Good. And lengthen your neck right in line with your spine if you can. Keep finding your feet, keep finding your stand here. Your physical stand and your psycho-spiritual stand, your ethical stand. Yeah, your stand. Pressing into your stand, into your feet, into your connection. Come up with an in-breath and turn both feet to face forward and step or help your feet together. Excellent. So next, we are going to take this into a slightly more challenging pose. We're going to come into Ardha Chandrasana through Trikonasana, through triangle pose. So, I'm going to move back a little here, over here a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to take a nice wide stance, but actually you don't have to go quite as wide this time, a little less wide. And rolling out through the left foot, we're going to come in the same way into our little triangle. Good. From here, and what we're going to do is we're going to bend that front leg. I'm just going to bring my hand back on my hip for a minute. I'm going to take my brick about 1 to 1.5 feet in front of my foot and slightly behind it. And I'm just going to kind of come in with my back leg a little bit. And I'm going to try to get strong in my standing leg as I press down into my brick here and find my balance. That might be your pose for today. Otherwise, you can start to think about stacking your hips, one on top of the other. Boy, I haven't done this in a long time. And then lift the arm up. Breathe. Wow, be here now. And Ardha Chandrasana, maybe lifting this back leg up a little bit. Lengthening the neck a little bit if you can. Good. And then to come out, we're going to come into triangle. Bringing your brick back, just refinding your feet, refinding your triangle. Inhale to come up. Whew, yeah. And then we can turn the feet to face forward. All right, second side on that one. Turning your back toes in, rolling out through the front foot. Front hip to the back hip shores in. Let's come into our triangle pose. Trikonasana. Ground to the back edge of the back foot, roll your heart up. Finding your feet. Big breath in, bending the front leg, back hand on the hip. Place your brick about 1 to 1.5 feet in front, right under your shoulder. Start to lift the back leg up. Then, can you stack your hips? Can you lengthen your spine? Can you lift this leg up a little bit and stay grounded in your standing leg? And then maybe you can bring the arm up. Maybe you can start to roll your belly and your heart up. Maybe you can lift this leg a little bit more. And when you're ready to come out, we can bend the standing leg, bring this brick back, round back into our triangle pose. And come into both feet, inhale to come up. Turn both feet to face forward and step or hop your feet together. All right, that was good work. So we have a few extra minutes. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna try that again. This time we're just gonna sort of tip into it. So just bring the feet apart a little bit. Back toes in, front toes out. We're just gonna see if we can bend that leg and tip in and come on up. Now that we know what kind of where we were going, I have a wall next to me, I can use it. Ha ha ha. If you have a wall, you can always use the wall to help. Yeah, I'm gonna hold it for a minute and work on my form here. So I'm straightening my standing leg, I'm lifting, expanding my spine, lifting that back leg up. If you don't have a wall, work on finding your balance and bending the front leg. We'll just tip back up. Good, and then turning these back toes in, front toes out. Let's just tip in. Whoop. Good, no wall this time. Here I go. Strengthen my standing leg, lifting this hip up, stacking my hips, lengthening my spine, lifting my arm, rolling my heart up, finding my breath, taking my stand. When I'm ready, I'm just gonna tip out. And turn to face forward. Good. So now it's time to wind it down. Let's come on down. Let's take a Paschimottanasana first, a forward fold. Finding Dandasana, legs stretched out. Let's just inhale our arms out and up. Big breath of life. Let's exhale. Let's surrender ourselves forward, stretching our hamstrings, maybe reaching for your toes or your ankles or your shins, wherever you reach. And just, what can you do to bring your heart across the room, across the universe? Maybe imagine your heart reaching out to someone who needs support and love right now, someone you care about, and send that to them, sending them that love. It goes, it reaches them. See that. As you breathe, surrender, let your exhalations take you forward. As your heart goes out, neck is soft and free. And inhaling to come on up. Excellent. So now we're just going to come into Shavasana. So before we do our Shavasana, let's just lay down. Let's just take our knees up toward our chest. We'll do a little twist, arms to the side. Hop your hips over to the left a little bit. And on an exhalation, drop your knees off towards your right armpit, just for a little spinal twist here before we rest. Because we worked hard taking our stand. Let yourself be supported by the earth and the sky and the sun and the beauty in your stand. Let yourself be supported by your breath and spirit. Inhaling the knees back to the chest, release the feet to the floor. Leveling your hips again. Inhaling knees to chest, hopping the hips just a little over to the right, and exhaling the knees off toward the left armpit, gently coming in for a landing. Inhaling knees toward the chest again. Feet down, reset your spine. Exhale, Shavasana, final resting pose. Legs out, arms to the side in a 45-degree angle, palms facing heaven. Lengthening the spine, lengthening the legs and the arms. And then beginning to just let go of your body. Letting go of your limbs, your legs, and your feet and your toes. All let go. Shoulders, arms, hands. Belly softens. Chest softens. Entire back softens. Releasing your neck and your head. And releasing the skin on your face. Unhinging your jaw. And allowing your tongue to settle in your lower palate. Equally from side to side. Relaxing the tongue. Relaxing the eyes. And the ears. And as you rest there, as you soften and open, I'll read a little something written on June 8th, 2000 from the elders of the Hopi Nation. To my fellow swimmers, here is a river flowing now very fast. It is so great and swift that there are those who will be afraid, who will try to hold on to the shore. They are being torn apart and will suffer greatly. Know that the river has its destination. The elders say we must let go of the shore, push off into the middle of the river, and keep our heads above water. And I say, see who is there with you and celebrate. At this time in history, we are to take nothing personally, least of all ourselves. For the moment we do, our spiritual growth and journey come to a halt. The time of the lone wolf is over. Gather yourselves. Banish the word struggle from your attitude and vocabulary. All that we do now must be done in a sacred manner and in celebration. For we are the ones we have been waiting for. So allowing your breath to deepen, to increase, maybe feeling your belly rise as you inhale. And fall as you exhale. Taking in and letting go with grace and ease and gratitude. And gently bending your knees, maybe hugging them into your chest for a moment, just to stretch your back. And with your next exhalation, roll softly onto your right side. Connecting to the support beneath you of the earth. You can gently press up and find a seat, either Virasana Hero's pose or Sukhasana Easy pose. Hands to the heart center. Connect to your intention. What do you intend to stand for in this time of the fast moving river? What is the ground that you stand on? Connecting to that. And when you're ready, let's do a complete exhalation through the mouth, letting go of what no longer serves. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And we'll exhale Om. Om. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. Peace in our hearts, peace in the world. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me today, and I'll look forward to our next time.